With the release of the long-anticipated Breath of the Wild, let's take a look at the game that started it all. It's a secret to everybody on The Fact Pit with The Legend of Zelda. The series was originally going to be called The Hyrule Fantasy, with Legend of Zelda being the first subtitle. After the success of the first two games in North America, however, The Legend of Zelda stuck as the series name, with the other names being subtitles to it. Princess Zelda was named after Zelda Fitzgerald, wife of famous novelist F. Scott Fitzgerald. In turn, Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda Williams after the character from the game. All 9 dungeons have names: the eagle, the moon, the manji, the snake, the lizard, the dragon, the demon, the lion, and Death Mountain. They fit together like puzzle pieces in order to conserve space on the cartridge. The dungeons in the second quest fit together as well, with Dungeon 3 being partially inside Dungeon 5. And yes, they do spell out Zelda. Think your gold cartridge is worth something? Well, think again. The more valuable one is the gray cartridge, which was re-released in limited quantities in 1994. It's slightly more rare, but still incredibly common. But the real rarity is the yellow cartridge, intended for eternal use only and never released commercially to the public. These can go for insane prices at auction. Speaking of cartridges, the game originally came out for the Famicom Disk System in 1986, but it got a cartridge release in 1992 as well. Since this was after Zelda 2, they put a 1 next to the game's logo on the box art and title screen. The Bossman Handla, originally named Testatart, is said to be related to the piranha plants from Super Mario Bros. The Japanese manual actually uses the term piranha plant to describe it. This marked the first time Super Mario Bros. Was referenced in a Legend of Zelda game, but it wouldn't be the last. Similarly, Dig Dogger is described as a giant Unira, a creature from Clu Clu Land, but then who the heck remembers that game? The cryptic piece of advice, 10th enemy has the bomb, refers to the game's item drop algorithm. If you can kill 10 enemies in a row without getting hurt, and kill the 10th enemy with a bomb, it will drop a bomb pickup for you. Otherwise, it will drop a 5 rupee. Of course, this only works for enemies that drop items, so things like Keese and Zols don't count. You can also force a fairy to drop by killing 16 enemies without getting hit. If you leave a single enemy on a screen without killing it, the others will never respawn, making it much easier to get around the overworld. In the Famicom version, Poe's voice could be defeated by shouting into the microphone on the second controller. Since the NES had no microphone, they instead gave Poe's voice a severe weakness to arrows, which wasn't originally present. This led to confusion, however, since the line about it hating loud noise was kept in the manual, causing many people to try killing them with the recorder to no avail. Confused about how the recorder works? Every time you blow the flute, an invisible counter increments through the completed dungeons. Facing north or west will increase the counter, and facing east or south will decrease it. You can blow multiple times before the whirlwind hits Link, at which point it will take him to whatever dungeon entrance the counter is currently on. So let's say you've completed levels 1, 2, 4, and 6. The counter will start off on the first dungeon we completed, which is Dungeon 1. Now, if you want to fast travel to level 4 so you can buy a potion from the old lady, you blow the recorder twice when facing north, and off you go. Now, let's say you want to go back to level 2. The counter is still on level 4, so blow the recorder once while facing south or east, and voila! In the second quest, the recorder will still take you to the same areas, even though the entrances to the dungeons have changed. I'm not sure if this was deliberate to add some challenge or just a programming oversight, but with tricks and mysteries like these, it's little wonder why The Legend of Zelda is a classic adventure still worth exploring today. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment below to tell me what other games you'd like to see on The Fact Pit.